When I was in my 20s, I was lucky enough to go on tour and play music with a group of friends. It was also my first attempt at making a documentary. I produced 10 episodes, all about 10 minutes each, called the Black Bunny Fresh Step Tour. And I will have that playlist in the notes if you want to see what a 24-year-old Matt looks like. But for the listeners, I will describe it. I look like me, but younger. So in episode 7, we had a show in Philadelphia and we couldn't find another band to share the bill with. So I had put up a Craigslist ad, and the person that answered it would eventually become my friend and cosmic brother for almost 10 years now.
Hmm.
If we were in the same city, I would imagine us doing like shows on the regular, you know?
Oh yeah, oh my God, yeah, it would be like just a hangout session for us because we're old
Mhm.
now. Everyone
Yeah,
else is like,
that's
I've
true.
got to prepare. Oh my God, I have to meditate. Hold on, hold on, hold on. And I'm like, this is what I do.
Right.
Ready? Here's
Well,
ready.
dude,
Hold up.
yeah. Well, and then
Good
last
to
time
go.
you set up like that whole green screen,
That was
EQ'd
way too.
like 3 bands,
That was
like
after two of our. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I could just sit there and not do anything, and
hmm
just bring my little beat boot box. But
hmm
like the show could be better. Anything will
That's
make anything
probably,
will make it
yeah,
better.
that's probably, now that I think about it, that's probably what like is another thing that gravitates me to you is that we kind of can channel this one man show energy, right? So there's a lot of people that need, a whole team to kind of produce something. But that night when I like came and performed in Brooklyn, it was literally just you. You set up and did the work of a whole crew, and like
Well, our
with
original
my
show.
show, it's like I'm, write it, film it, edit it, produce, like the whole thing.
I've got better people in my circuit now. When you got
Mhm.
here, that was like the first 3 months that I was here, and I couldn't. That was already I had two venues that loved the crap out of me, so that was the most I
Mhm.
could do.
Yeah.
Because our original show was just going to be on the roof, but uh, the rain gods came and did a thing to us, and we're like, oh well, I guess we need to invest in waterproof cameras
Right, right.
next time.
Which, yeah, yeah. Which my GoPro is waterproof. I didn't find out till way later.
Damn. So it was just me without my waterproof MPC.
It's all right. You know
Killed the
what? In
whole
the
fucking
future,
thing.
I mean, each year it's like the technology improves and gets cheaper. So who knows what we'll be able to do like swimming pool sessions in 5 years.
Whoa, yeah. JBL speakers now they advertise throw it in the water. I'm like, I
Oh,
don't know.
really?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, is that gonna kill me? It's like
Get in the pool.
I already spent all these years avoiding my own self-destruction. Now I'm trying to like avoid like a societal destruction, and now you're trying to throw a speaker in my swimming pool. Like,
Wow.
this is a final
Advertise
destination shit.
government. It's not just the government trying to kill you now. It's your everyday companies that you love and trust.
Right.
Johnson and Johnson, especially though.
Man, it's crazy. So I have a hot take, okay? This might make me unpopular. This is a hot take. You
That's all.
ready?
That's my shtick right there. Yeah.
So everyone prepare, a truth bomb is coming out. So I'm not actually like against targeted ads because I spent like an hour the other day looking for a puppet on eBay, and it's a long story, but I'm trying to make a little like mini show with puppets, right? But I want like a nice puppet, like puppets that are
Mm.
like they're like $400 or $500, like Jim Henson style
How about a
puppets,
puppet of you? You could spend your time looking for other weird fucked up puppets while somebody else just makes the puppet of you, and then
Right.
that's like, because I know
Yeah.
someone in Georgia who makes action figures.
Really?
Yeah, and goes to
Hmm.
conventions. He stayed here for like a week because he had 3 conventions and a show I gave him. He does music, weird experimental stuff. His name is Mux Blank. Name drop.
That's fine by me.
Okay.
So, okay, so I spent like an hour on eBay looking for this puppet and didn't find what I wanted.
Word.
And then, of course, then the computer was like, all right, this dude's looking for puppets. And it started like showing me like different puppets that were for sale. And it was getting smarter and closer to what I was looking for. And I was like, man, this is kind of cool. This is
Wow.
actually like having an assistant. So instead of me actually searching through the puppets, it
Hmm.
kind of could detect which ones I was landing on. And I was like, I think the issue is that the ads right now just aren't sophisticated enough. So we're actually bombarded with ads. So
With
if they,
really dulled down generic
right,
ads
they're
of
just
what we're
they're spamming all of us, right? But if it was super sophisticated, maybe it would be 3 or 4 ads a day of things that you were
mm,
actually already looking for.
like
And
nutritional yeast. Yeah.
right. And like, I mean, I don't really buy new stuff. Like, I buy like clothes at the thrift and, like I have my equipment, which I also buy for the most part used
Yeah,
because it's
right.
cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't think like I don't know how targeted ads would work to people who do have disposable income that are just like impulse buying. Like maybe for them it wouldn't be
Ooh.
as good.
It would be,
Uh,
well, that's stimulating the economy,
mhm.
you
Yeah,
know? And then it's
but
our job to inform them because like, yeah, I don't, yeah, it wouldn't be, no, you're right. You're totally right. It's exploitative at that point, and they should really
right.
have the protection against that too.
But like for me, I want my puppet, but I also want my hour back, right?
Mm,
So maybe
mm-hmm.
there's like a happy medium of like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Let me know if something comes along, and then I can do what I'm wanting to do, which is like, edit really late night. Like that's where
Mm-hmm.
my joy lies. I don't. I mean, I guess there's something nice about scrolling through puppets because it's like possibility. I'm sure you have the same thing with like equipment, like a different drum machine, or it's just
Mm-hmm.
fun to like look and be like, dang, that would be sweet. You know?
I have two machines. I just keep looking at my machine.
Mm.
Just became expired. Like they stopped servicing it, stopped building it, stopped issuing
Hmm.
it, and now it's issued. Now the brand new version has a speaker built into the front of it, battery powered speaker, and I'm like, oh, should I get that? You know,
Right. Yeah.
that this it seems really lame, but like really every time I have to turn on speakers, every time like I could go out in public, build it in headphones, and then just press play, smoke like a joint, and lay down, and just let people just come to us. Like have just a
Right.
bag of fucking merch because I'm smart enough to know to do that.
Hmm. Yeah.
But,
No, totally. And then people are like seeing a live stream at you at the park, and then
mhm.
they'll
It
like
just
tip you
keeps fractaling
something to
over and
give you
over.
like
Yeah.
love.
Yeah, if I could get people who are actually like know what the influences are and all that, that those are the people who uh would be my friends and stuff.
Hmm.
But otherwise it's just going to be people like, "Whoa, I've never heard anything like that." Or that
Right.
sounds like Kanye West. It's mostly people that don't have technology, I think that it's an issue for because eventually like Aphex Twin knew that their music would be really cute and awesome in like 20 years. He knew that, and he didn't
Hmm.
give a shit. And everyone who loved it at the time, there were very few people at the like when he
Hmm.
was making it. Now he's just like over it. He's like, well, you guys slept on me.
Right. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I
like
tried being your
but
friend. Blocked.
so I think that's probably why people don't have these influences. It's
Hmm.
because of technology, not having access to the technology. Now that everyone sees streaming and how easy it is to do, people are going to really want to have better internet and like a better phone to do this with.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking too about like starting to write a sitcom that would take place in Mars, right? To be like the first
Mm.
sitcom
Whoa. Oh
based
my
on Mars.
God. That's all green screen, green and
Right.
blue screen. Oh my God. So easy.
Like try to be the first late night show on Mars. Like,
Wow. Oh,
all
you
right,
could get
everyone, we're taking
sponsors.
it. Yeah, we're gonna get sponsored by Tesla.
I I comment on his stuff a lot, and I
Hmm.
just applied to work for him again. They're looking for media people. You could work for them and get like a battery or something.
Hmm. Do they have a late night department or?
They might actually. He's got an LOL bone in him. If you look
That's
at his
right. You know what's
Twitter.
funny? I prefer SpaceX over what's Bezos's one, like Blue Earth or something, or Blue
Each
Project.
are they from the UK? I think, or
Well,
are they
Jeff
both
Bezos
American?
is trying to do one too. Let me
Oh
just look
yeah, it's
at it.
easy
That way I
now.
can.
Anyone can do it. You just have $1 million and launch it into space. and it'll get
Right.
stuck there. And if you want to send electricity back and forth on it, that's cool. I can't get used to this forwards backwards thing.
Oh, Blue Origin. That's the name of his space company. And I'm kind of just like, man, I feel like you're like faking it. Like he's doesn't seem like he's really like about that. Like he's just like, oh, I want to go to
It's
space
just an
too because I have
It's an
billions of
investment.
dollars.
It's not.
Yeah.
He's not interested. Yeah. It's just there's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Like there's people who use capitalism to get their dreams and do what they want to do, and they don't usually have all this money. They have enough just to take care of what they want to do, and
Mhm.
that's a normal human thing to do. Uh, but there are people who invest their time and energy in just getting the paste for society, and it's like
Mhm.
that's not helpful or useful for anyone. Like
Right.
Amazon could still exist, could pay more people, could also have a satellite in space, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
Right. Well, and like, there's kind of like this move of, I think like Bill Gates and some other billionaires that are like, we're going to donate most of our money after we die. And I'm like, man, you should make it interesting and donate your money like right now. Like
Right, for
go back,
serious.
start over. If you're really interested in that aspect of helping the world, fucking say, give yourself $5 million or whatever and
Just
get
make
rid
it.
of all of it. And,
Mhm.
or let's make it really interesting. How about you donate all your money the last 5 years of your life?
Mm.
But they have too much comfort. They're unwilling to even think about that.
They think that they need all these other things, but they don't. And that's what, yeah, they're like, what if I can't have my property on every continent,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like an optimist, and I really think that our next kind of wave of like, I don't know, like thinkers are kind of getting to a point where it's like, okay, that's just unnecessary. Like for
It's
me,
stupid to have that
it's
much money.
unethical. It's unethical, but also it's kind of just like, let's just talk from a necessary point. How much can you really spend? And like,
Right? Hmm.
I'm in no way like, racking in the monies by any means, but also there's just like, there's only so much stuff that I feel like I can buy that like gets my endorphins going, and like I don't know, like even food, like right now in my sobriety, like now that I've cut out drinking like almost 4 years ago, my mind and body like moved over to food. So that's been kind of like a thing that I've been trying to keep an eye on. And I since have like moved over to eating more healthy. And when I tried eating junk food again, I was like, man, this isn't like giving me the payoff. So like if I am getting what I want, right? Like doing my comedy show full time and having a secure place to live and eating good, it's like beyond that, what really do you need? You know? Like just logistically, not even getting
Oh,
into,
but
you
there's like
know?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the pyramid that
Mm,
he made. I'm always thinking about that at all times. If someone gives
right.
me a hard time, like my landlord, he's saying,
Hmm.
"Well, I need to pay my bills too," and I'm like, "No, you need me to pay your bills," is what you're saying, actually.
Hmm.
And two, human rights. Like I'm not just the insect you're gonna put spray radon all over the place. I'm having a conversation about with you. How's your family doing? You should
Right.
sign up for food. You should sign up for food stamps. All of you,
Hmm.
each individual over the age of 18 could have $200 of food. They already figured that out back in the 30s.
Right.
Food is not a thing. Prepared
Right.
food, however, is still a thing. You
Right.
know,
Which makes
housing
sense.
is about to
But
not
like,
be a thing. Motivation is still a fucking thing. And I think
mhm.
everyone just needs to be able to make a song and hear their voice. I really swear to fuck. I know that that's like what I'm doing, but like I see everybody else's lives and I do those kinds of things too, but nothing gets my endorphins or my dopamine pumping as much as that. And like even love and sex and all that stuff, like that does it still does it, like it's still not the same. Like
Yeah.
after I'm done, I'm just like, what have I done on the planet? You know,
Hmm.
if
Right.
I burp into the microphone and it gets recorded into a microphone, or into like a what is it called? Just like a server or like an SD card, some sort of memory device. Like it feels better, and it's your voice. I think it's your
Right.
voice. I think it's
Yeah.
voice that makes people feel better about themselves. Expression.
Something sweet